to the review of Modern Warfare 2. Let's I'd say that number one, this is a good game. Number two, it's got potential, but number three, that it needs serious work as far as what's upcoming for this game, and I would be really sad if they do not work on it, enough to get it into that really good or great status that it truly deserves as a game engine so far. Multiplayer has been a bit of a dry spell for Call of Duty lately, between Vanguard and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and especially 2019 and Black Ops 4. You started to see them stop making serious content after a while and start putting all their effort into Warzone, which was completely inconsequential to the main games. I will say though that toward the real end of Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War, it finally turned back around and they started putting serious effort into them. And I'm really hoping that we get that kind of support going forward. That being said, for the state it is in now, multiplayer is solid. It's a good 6 out of 10 for me. In totality, the score is it's mainly gameplay is what carries the score, because the maps are kind of bad and there's no legacy maps yet besides Shoot House in multiplayer proper, and the fact that Shoot House is the only big season 1 map is kind of disappointing, especially considering that Shoot House was it's a fun map, but it's not the map that should be the first legacy map added back to any Modern Warfare game. We should have been looking at getting a kill house or a shipment before we ever got Shoot House. And frankly, the maps are the only thing that I think they've seriously dropped the ball on. The servers, I've had issues, but it's natural. I think that once we get to that point where the servers have been out and have been able to stabilize for a little bit, I don't think the servers will be as big of an issue. Of course, if they are, that'd be severely disappointing, but you can only go so far off of however much, and being tasked with this much to work with, it is hard on them, I admit, but they're being bought out by Microsoft. If they do not kick the servers into maximum overdrive and keep them working properly with the billions that they make, it's probably a bad sign. When I heard that Spec Ops were being added back in, I was initially very excited. Although I must say that the way they implemented it as a co-op, and the way that the missions are laid out, it's very disappointing. Having any Spec Ops is exciting, but not having a giant variety of missions, which like the Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3 and the Modern Warfare games in general, especially of old, they have really good Spec Ops, and I gotta say that Spec Ops so far it's gotta be like a 5 out of 10 at most likely a 4 out of 10 as far as pure content goes. The campaign in this game, in my opinion, is solid. Nothing special, but definitely nothing worse than Vanguard was. I'd say that overall the dialogue has made a giant improvement, but the amount of content, the hidden content, I will say, like the hidden secrets in every level, everything, it's very nice. Brings me back to like World of War levels of things you can only get in certain levels, and I like it. So far, I'd say that it's probably a 7 out of 10 on the scale of Call of Duty campaigns. Is probably ranked somewhere between Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare 3. Still, very solid, but not great. The interpersonal dialogue is easily the best part of the campaign, but nothing is done at a level where it feels substantial and special. Warzone 2.0 in its launch state was a nightmare. they've ironed out a lot of the server issues, but between cheaters and all the other things that affect Warzone, I'd say that it's more enjoyable to me than I thought it would be. Uh, in my opinion, it plays and handles better than Modern Warfare 2019's Warzone. And so far, I'm excited. Of course, it will eventually be the reason why the game is infected with, $25 anime skin bundles. But once that time comes, you're going to get those good, cool crossover bundles as well. And I'm real excited to see which ones that they come out with, considering that, it's probably going to be all new crossovers at the very least. Keeping my fingers crossed on that one. But in my opinion, overall, it feels better than Warzone 1, and overall, it's probably a good 7 out of 10 as far as Battle Royales go.